crafty with a stat here for us. It's 20-0 Colts at halftime in that game against the Miami Dolphins, and the Colts have scored on every possession they've had in the first half. That has not happened since Peyton Manning in 2006. Daniel Jones has led an offense to a stat line that has not been seen in Indianapolis since Peyton Manning was there. Absorb that. Absorb it. Just absorb that knowledge. That's a thing. That's a real stat that is actually there in the world. It's been spoken into the ether. Meanwhile, the Giants had 8 downs to score a touchdown and came away with 3 points. And we seem to just love throwing screens. What's changed for Daniel Jones? What's changed for Daniel Jones? And what hasn't changed with the New York Giants? Let's think about that. Let's ruminate over this, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? You and I, we're here. We're just a couple of guys or girls out there. But let's just have a little discussion here. Brian Daboll and Mike Kapka still with the New York Giants. Daniel Jones now with the Colts and Shane Steichen. Daniel Jones playing very well, efficiently, scoring points. The New York Giants playing exactly as they did with Daniel Jones there.
Are you ready to rep your team like never before? Then it's time to gear up at the Stay Tuned Sports Merch store, where we have everything you need to flex your fanhood in style. Throw it back with our exclusive 8-bit NFL helmet tees. Pixelated perfection for the old school football fanatic. Need something cozy for kickoff? Our Stay Tuned hoodies are built for bold fans and chilly Sundays. Decorate your den with championship banners that scream victory, because legends deserve a wall of fame. And for those early morning hot takes, grab a Stay Tuned coffee mug, or better yet, brew up a cup of our very own Stay Tuned coffee. Smooth, strong, and made for those perfect football Sunday mornings. So whether you're tailgating, couch coaching, or just vibing with your crew, we've got the gear to keep you tuned in. Head to bit.ly/StayTunedMerch right now and level up your fan game. Stay loud, stay proud, stay tuned.
Do you think that this is that first step to... Is this a putting the tone of order to see the reaction, to see what people say about ostensibly bringing back the Redskins uniform just without the logo, to see what people's reaction are? And if you've read underneath any of the social media where Washington went ahead and posted this, because they posted it, obviously the NFL posted it, and a lot of the other reporters, Ari Miroff, Ian Rappaport, or your usual NFL people. Under all of those, people have been giving their reactions. So you think that this was a toe in the water situation?
I mean, I've been saying for a couple of years that that they'll eventually be the Redskins again. But yes, I kind of think that as far as today goes.
I had a thought, because here's the thing. I have a thought. It's very similar to yours, and it is along that case of this country lost its collective mind in 2020. Yes. Like, if you look at just between everything, if you look at what happened in just the year of 2020, now that we're 4 years beyond that, looking back, kind of maybe collecting a sense of common sense again, and I think that's the thing, is that looking back on it now, overreacted on a lot of things. There was a lot of shit that was going on. Alrighty. Hey, Jimbo. Hey, sorry we're late, everybody. Sorry. Well, not we're late. I'm late. I was late. It happens. Not gonna do about it. Oh, I still got the wrong thing. It says week 1 power rankings. That's not what we have here. That's not what we have. This is week 2. This is what I told you. I was like completely and utterly unprepared. What a terrible person I am. However, we'll get that fixed. Jimbo, did you watch any of the game yesterday? That'll happen. That'll happen. But I'll tell you what, it was actually it was a fairly good game. It was a fairly good game. I will say this, though, as I go ahead and continue to try to fix things up here with the graphics and all stuff. Boy, really, really doing this. Top flight quality is what you're getting here on Stay Tuned Sports, ladies and gentlemen. It was a good game. A lively chat room, by the way. Pecan came in, say hi, hello, how you doing? All that stuff. It was a fun time. But boy, the Packers are gonna be a Packers are gonna be a problem. Welcome, everybody, to Stay Tuned Sports, the Friday forecast here. I'm your boy King. That's your good friend Jimbo right over there. Again, I can't do the really long, loud intro because, but it's getting better. It's getting better. If you want to help us out at all, listen, you don't have to. Ooh, who cares? Does anybody really want to help anybody else out these days in this weird, wacky world that we live in? But if you want to, if you are a kind-hearted soul, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously, especially if you're brand new here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Let you know when we go live, even when we're late. And we have a lot of lives coming up here. We got the football season here. We just had one yesterday. We're having more on Sunday. Gonna have to watch my Giants, I guess. I don't know about that one. But we also have the Eagles and Chiefs, so that's going to be a big game that we can watch as well. So that's going to be fun. And yes, Hamster, we will be watching the Falcons on Sunday Night Football, so calm your goddamn panties. I know, Jim. Well, you just this is why you and Hamster should be friends, because you guys are just the biggest trolls that I think I know right now, so that's pretty good. But yeah, so if you want to do any of that, that helps us out. If you want to help us out a little bit more financially, with the cash, with the papers, the Benjamins, as they say, those wacky kids now in the year of 1998 talking about the Benjamins. It's all about the Benjamins. Well, that and baby oil, according to Puff Daddy. If you want to help us out with that, we have a link for in the top of our chat and in the description below. We got a bunch of links here. Here they are. First, donation station. If you just want to donate money to us, that's fantastic. Pecan, by the way, leader in the clubhouse there. We're $35 still. About a full year now. He's had that. If you want to replace him in there, see, there he goes right now. Top donator, Pecan, 35. You donate more than $35, you get your name in the ticker. Pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. What an honor it is to be in the Stay Tuned Sports ticker. My God, how amazing is that? Also, whatever you want to donate, though, is fine. You want to donate 3 cents, you can do that. Although pennies are going away soon. Like, I think next year the pennies are gone. So, nickels would be cool. That'd be, I'm fine. You want to donate a nickel? Give us a nickel. That'd be fine. Also, we have our merch store link. That is in both of those places as well, top of the chat and in the description below. Also, Discord link in both places. Help us out there. That is, of course, fun. Get more lively in there. ELS is still gloating of the fact that he went 15-1 in last week's Friday forecast picks, which you can go. That's it. You join a Discord. We have the link in there for you. You can go and join us on our Friday forecast picks. See if you can go ahead and beat us, which I think is fairly easy. Although we had a pretty good week. You were 11-5. I was 10-6, but ELS was 15-1. So can you beat ELS? Can you do better than just one loss? Maybe you can. I have no idea. Come join us in the Discord. And, of course, there's a link in there as well. You want to vote for my nephew to be Youth Athlete of the Year. That would be a tremendous honor. Thank you so very much if you were to help us out and get him closer to go. I believe they're in the quarterfinals now. This vote has been going on for fucking 3 years, apparently, what it feels like. But, yeah, dude, it's been a slog getting through these votes, but He's there. He's in the quarterfinals right now. You can help him out. Vote for him. I think they got another, I think there's 5 days until the next round happens to the semifinals. So go, help him out. Click on that link. And any money that you do donate for votes, I think you get to donate for that. So like $10 gets you 10 votes and $20 gets you 20 votes, whatever it is. All of that goes to the Jimmy V Foundation and the Why Not You Foundation. All great stuff there. So you can go help him out as well. Now that we got the plugs out of the way, Jimbo, how are we doing, brother? Wow, you seem a little... Is that just me or is you off center? You're off center? I'm off center? Everybody's off center here. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. Just the way things are set up. Yeah, no, I see now. Yeah, you're a little better. Better framed, as they say. Better framed. More cinema. It's more cinegraphic there. Cinematography. Whatever. Words. How are we doing, brother? Well, you know, we'll see. Yeah, we went up a spot by not playing, so there's something. Well, have you seen the AP voting controversies going on? They've been naming names and yeah, you haven't heard? Oh my dear sweet Lord. I understand. I've been much the same to varying levels of success. I've been baited in a couple of things. I'm not gonna lie. Certain things happen, but whatever. We all know our weaknesses and we move on. But yes, let me look that up. AP top 25 because I want to make sure I get the information. I want to make sure I get the names right. Because this comes from like last week, I believe. Oh no. See, this is another thing. While I was rushing, there we go. See,
Thank you, Lloyd.
I did the same thing. I did the same thing again because I was late and because I was rushing. I had the one particular button on the board here not pressed down. So we are off to a flying fucking start here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is going to be a fun show.
This is going to be a great show. This Friday. It's a Friday for everybody. It's been a hell of a week for me. Yes, Lloyd, we got it. We fixed it. Thank you very much for telling us and knowing that I'm a complete and utter fuck up at this. I know. But here we go. This is what was happening. And what you've been missing. The Associated Press Top 25 poll comes with an enormous amount of influence in college football. The preseason rankings, for example, impacted the entirety of the season, even though they're often based on inaccurate assumptions. Strength of schedule, rankings, all that kind of stuff happens. Let me read down and see if they get to the actual good stuff here, because this is somebody just trying to win a fucking Pulitzer here. The problem came to a head this week as AP voter Haley Sawyer accidentally revealed what a train wreck these rankings have become. Sawyer, who is considered the poll's USC voter, of course it had to be USC, by virtue of working for the Southern California News Group, actually moved the Florida Gators up 2 spots to number 14 while completely omitting the University of South Florida, despite USF beating the Gators in Gainesville. When asked about it, she gave an unsatisfactory response. What can they do to get in my top 25? We take into account the week-to-week performances for a team, but also take into account the overall season so far. What kind of culture has that team has too? And she said, and there's tons of people that vote in the AP poll. It's not a perfect system, but at the end of the day, no matter who you pick, it does even out because there's so many people who vote. Like I said, it's really fun for discussion. It doesn't particularly matter in the end, but I'm glad that people are having a really good time with it. But here's the thing. It's not just that, because there was also something before where people were seeing she also had other ones that were way off here. One of the best examples of how AP poll can create inaccurate narratives persist through the seasons might be ACC's Clemson Tigers and the LSU Tigers. For whatever reason, human voters thought that the 2025 Clemson team would have one of the country's best. I was gonna, but overall, yeah, that what it is like she did that. There were other ones where she had, she had some like again she had somebody else, a Florida State. She had lower than I think Alabama or somebody or Clemson, even though Clemson lost to LSU, and I like because she just either doesn't like it or like. There's a lot of shit now going on because of this one girl, and now people are looking into it more. So the AP polling system. Not great. Not great. Lloyd in the chat says the Dementia Show presented to you by no one else but King. Absolutely. Welcome to the Early Onset Alzheimer's Show. I'm your host. I think I'm King. I have no idea. I'm losing my fucking mind. But yeah, so as far as that goes, like you're talking about, shows that they're drunk on the AP poll. You're not far off, Jimbo. Drunk, high, maybe just stupid, maybe have the early onset Alzheimer's like me trying to put together a show. Yeah. Perhaps. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Notre Dame might win and then go down to 12th. We don't know. It could happen. So yeah, looking forward to that tomorrow. I was going to say, it's kind of weird. Like, this is the first time in a little bit there's, like, been no, like, football. I know there's probably college football on somewhere and stuff like that, but there's no, like, real pro football on now on Fridays. Not going to have that for quite a bit until, I think, the Black Friday game. So, yeah. Fridays are open. So, this is going to be spooky movie night, I think. I'm going to do a nice little spooky movie night. Okay. And then, of course, tomorrow, all college football. Then Sunday, we're going to try to do the 3 again. We'll see if my tooth fucks up or not, but we're going to try to do the 3 again. And also did a poll in the live stream yesterday to see, because they're doing the double fucking Monday night games again, which is the worst.
I mean, me personally, I'm okay with it because the early one, I could get it on here and do the show with you. But
no, you can't. The game comes on at 7. You go to bed at 7.
Yeah, but I could at least do the first half.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You dude. If that, stop it. Well, I did the poll in the chat and asked people, "Hey, which game do you want to watch? Do you want to watch Tampa Bay and Houston, which is the 7:00 game, or do you want to watch Chargers Raiders, which is the 10:00 game?" Chat voted for late night. Stay tuned sports, 10 p.m. start for the Chargers and Raiders. So that's the one we're going to be doing. Well, I'm going to be doing. So
I just hope for your sake there's no weather delays.
Well, it's going to be in a dome in Las Vegas. So if there's a weather delay, something catastrophic has happened. So I think we'll be okay, Jimbo.
I was thinking the Raiders were open stadium.
And also, if it happened to be where the Chargers play, it also has a canopy over it. So it would be fine.
Well, I mean, don't forget, it did rain in
It did rain. It rained kind of sideways in there, so the upper deck got wet. But that was, that's it. And also, rain in Southern California is a rarity, So that's one of those things that happens just a little bit there. However, there we go. So, off to a shaky start. Nobody could hear Jimbo again for the first couple minutes. I got to remember after I do a live stream by myself to make sure I put that particular button back on. Because again, I like it, I have a little, like I can listen to the game a little bit, so it doesn't broadcast, but I can hear it, and so I know like what a flag is, or if there's a particular thing going on, if there's an injury, what the injury might be, who if it's just something like that. It's good to have that information there. But I always forget to put the fucking button back, and then Jimbo tries to come on here and talk, and nobody can fucking hear him. So, whoops. Sorry, everybody.
We'll finish strong here.
We'll try. Here we go. So here we go. Friday forecast. Let's just run through these games, see what we got going on here. Let's jump on over to the vertical board. There we go. And yeah, okay. That seems all right. We seem okay. We seem good. All right, framed up. We are nice. We got the little thing there. Let's bring it down here. Picks. And right off the bat, it looks like we're all the fucking same anyway, because we both picked the Packers for yesterday's win. We heard that on the flagship show on Wednesday. We both have the Ravens over the Browns, and we both have the Bengals over the Jaguars. However, I will say this. Considering how both teams played on Sunday, A Jaguars win would not surprise me in the least. Because the fact of the matter is the Browns should have won. If the Browns had a kicker, they would have won that game against the Bengals. Yeah. So if the Bengals have the same kind of real sorry-ass shitty performance where Joe Burrow has an under 100 yards passing, again, their offense can't get going, and the Jaguars can have a somewhat decent offense moving against that Bengals defense, which is much maligned. Like, I'm telling you, the Jaguars could win that. If the Jaguars start 2-0, the Bengals will be 1-1 and should be. Should I? Do I dare? Darest I? I don't know, because I changed it last week, and I ended up losing. And it was the Bengals game, too, because I switched from the Bengals to the Browns. Although the Browns should have won. Again, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold on to it. But I'm going to have the Bengals over the Jaguars. Same as you. I know you think the Jaguars are one of the worst teams in the league. I don't know how you think that.
Yeah.
As of that, I really don't.
I mean, they could beat the Bengals this week. I'll probably still have them in my booty cheeks because that's how bad I don't. Think they
why do you hate them so much? Lloyd, shut the fuck up. I know I'm not muted. You can hear me. I see the meter moving on me. Son of a bitch. He does it every time. The fact that there's been multiple times that he can do that is more of an indictment of me than anything else, but still.
Like when he does it, I don't know if he's messing with us or actually being honest.
If he says you're muted, there's a very good chance that happens. If he's saying I'm muted, he's being a dick. That's kind of how we have to do that.
Judge it. Yeah.
And clearly, it's numero Patriots fili et spiritu sancti to the Browns. They're going to have to deal with a Ravens team that blew a game where they had a 15-point lead with 4 minutes left. And, again, it's the same narrative of the Ravens. Can't win in a clutch, fumble games away, blow games late, can't win big games, can't win when it's crunch time. And now the Browns have to go in there. And not only that, the Browns are talking shit. The secondary is saying, it's no problem covering these guys. Hey, how hard is it to tackle Derrick Henry? Oh, it's not hard at all. Like, you're dealing with a team that's already kind of pissed, and now you're just saying, go walk in there and be like, hey, we're the Browns. We're gonna. That might get bad. So there you go. Me and Jimbo both have the Ravens. Let's take a look at some of these other games here. Oh, boy. Dear sweet Lord. The New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Me and Jimbo both have the Cowboys. Listen, I'm a Giants fan. I'm rooting for the Giants, but let's not fucking get it twisted, okay? Let's understand this. The Giants might be the worst team in the league, and I know everybody's out there saying, no, Miami was so much worse. Miami's so much worse. The Dolphins scored a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what the only NFL team so far this season who has not scored a touchdown? I'll let you know. I'll give you a guess. Their initials are the New York Football fucking Giants. That's who it is. Yeah. Believe it or not. So if we want to talk about how maybe the Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL, maybe it's the Giants. Just saying. Jimbo, you see this going pretty similar. And here's the thing. The way the Cowboys played against the Eagles on Thursday, or, last Thursday, the Cowboys have had a 10-day break between games. If CeeDee Lamb could catch a ball, they probably beat the Eagles. So they're probably a little miffed. The whole narrative about Micah Parsons and losing him seemed to be a little miffed. It seems like this is going to be another case of, boy, they're going to take out a lot of frustration out on these New York Giants. And, at the end of the day, could they fire Daboll after this game? Probably not. It'd be nice. This might be the last game we see Russell Wilson. I don't think that's going to fix anything. I think the only thing that's going to happen there is that Jackson Dart gets fucking ruined, especially against that with that coach, with that coaching staff, with that offensive line. All you're going to do is ruin that kid. So, I'm not excited for that, and I know other Giants fans are clamoring for it, but all you're asking for there is to ruin a potential future quarterback that you have. So I'm not sure if I vibe with that, but I don't know. Hamster in the chat says, I'm about to have to take my grandma back to the hospital. I'll leave this playing while I'll get ready. Say a couple. Jesus Christ, dude. Go take care of your grandma.
Oh,
Do not worry about us. We will be fine. Please take care. Again, thoughts and prayers to Grandma Hamster. I certainly hope that whatever the issues and everything like that is fine, and everything works out, and that it's just whatever it is she comes back with a full and clean bill of health. Let's hope that. Yeah, thoughts with you there, Hamster, and the Hamster family. Just be careful there. Wow, Jesus Christ, man. I feel weird because this guy listened to us, had us on his phone inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So we've been now watched inside an NFL stadium, and now he's listening to us during a family emergency. I feel like we're too stupid to be people's emotional crutch. Like we're not. We're a couple of morons. That's all we are. We're not meant to be anybody's emotional crutch here. You know what I mean? I feel bad. I really do. Yeah, exactly. As Lloyd said, family comes first. Exactly. Go help your grandmother. We're just people on the internet. That's what I'm saying, man. That's we are not. I am not equipped to handle this. I don't know what to do. But again, all the thoughts and prayers there to you, Hamster.
Yeah, definitely.
So trying to get back on track here. Giants suck. Gonna lose. We know that. We both have the Lions beating the Bears. Again, I think this is a good bounce back game for the Lions. The Bears look good in spurts, but they haven't been able to put anything together yet. And I think the Lions are going to look to bounce back here. And this is what I mean. I don't think what we saw last week against Green Bay, especially after watching this last Thursday, I don't think what we saw from the Lions was them being bad so much as it was Green Bay being good. And I think I think we're seeing Green Bay be that, even though I dropped Detroit out of my top 12 because they lost so damn badly. But this might be a way for them to kind of regain some of that. They're at home, divisional opponent. You can go 1-1 in the division, get your legs back under you. I feel like for the Bears, this is a big opportunity. Boy, can you imagine the fucking Lions getting two-pieced by the Packers and the Bears? Oh boy, it'll be 2016 all over again. Nobody's going to want to see that. But for now, me and Jimbo have the Lions over the Bears, and it looks like 89% of the people here in the picks are picking them as well. So it seems like most people think the Lions will bounce back. We also both have the Patriots over the Dolphins. If the Dolphins aren't the worst team in the NFL, they're the second worst. And again,
if you have a players meeting week 2 of the season,
not even week 2, it's week 1. After week 1, you have a players meeting. Yeah,
there's issues.
And like people started sharing the J.J. Watt quote from last year on the Pat McAfee show, where he was like, if you have a players only meeting at some point in the season, just book your vacation for January because you're not going anywhere. Yep. So you're doing this after week 1 already? There's a problem. Now, only 54% of the people are picking the Patriots over the Dolphins because I guess people think the Patriots are a little iffy. And granted, the Patriots are in a rebuilding mode. They lost against the Raiders at home. Now they're traveling down to Miami. But if there's any game where you can kind of get right, and Drake May can get right, and that offense, defense, everybody can, you can start testing things out, feeling yourself a little bit more, it will be this game. I'm surprised the margin is as close as it is as far as the picks go, but I think the Patriots win this game. So far, we're in lockstep. We haven't had anything different here.
The only thing I want to add to the Detroit-Chicago game is, you know how I feel about this phrase that you always use, but for the Lions, I think this is a measuring stick game.
This is not a measuring stick game for the Lions.
For them.
It's a measuring stick game for the Bears.
It is.
For the Bears,
it is. For the Lions, because
it's not the Bears aren't good. You're not measuring against anything.
Exactly. If they win by 3 points, they're in trouble. If they win by 10, 15, okay, maybe they're back on the track.
I think you're failing to grasp the concept of the measuring stick game.
Yeah, you're measuring where they're at. Do they suck or are they good?
No. This would be a measuring stick game for where the Bears are. If the Bears can win this game or keep it even close, then you're like, Ben Johnson has something there They're not like for the Lions are already the big dog or cat, as it were.
Yeah.
They're the one that everybody's chasing. They're the ones that, especially in the North, they're the ones that people are like, they're the ones we measure ourselves against. And that's what I mean. That Packers-Lions game, if you want to look at that as kind of a measuring stick game, the Packers came out with flying colors, and they've just kept it that way too. By the way, I saw a stat yesterday, very interesting. The Packers are the first team to win their first 2 games of the season, with it being a short week against 2 teams that made the playoffs the year before. And they did that. They beat the Lions in week 1, and then on a short week went and beat Washington in week 2. And they did it in both cases rather impressively. Like I was talking with my old man before, Packers are a problem. I think the Packers are sincerely a problem. Next up we have, and this I think is going to be our first disagreement, and that's fine because I kind of see where you're coming from on this one as well. I have the San Francisco 49ers defeating the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. You have the Saints, and I know some people might be like, oh, could you pick that? Listen, the Saints didn't play all that bad last week. They kept it. It was a competitive game for them while they were wearing maybe some of the worst. They were wearing my nephew's Pee-wee uniforms in that game when he used to play for the Monroe County Saints.
Yeah.
And that's what they had, the gold jerseys, black pants, and black helmets. I looked at it, I was like, oh, shit, that's Thomas's Pee-wee team. That's amazing. Go vote for Thomas, by the way. Link in the chat in the description. And the 49ers are injured as shit. Again. Brock Purdy is out for 2 to 5 weeks. Again. Kittle's out on IR. Again. Like, it never fucking stops. And now you have to go with Mac Jones. Now, listen, we've had one Jones kind of come in and have a good game after everybody maligned him out there in Indianapolis. Can Mac Jones be Jones number 2? I don't know. I think the 49ers have enough pieces that aren't broken yet that they can go ahead and get a win against the Saints team, who we all think is not that great. Now, again, if the Saints play as good as they played last week, it could be a very close game. I wouldn't surprise me it's a very close game. And it actually, considering all the injuries that San Francisco has, would not surprise me if they actually pull out an upset win here. But I'm still going to go with the 49ers because I'm very much like the state of Missouri. You got to show me first, baby. I have to see it before I can believe it. Now, again, you've got the Saints. So what is your thought process with this? Do you think that those injuries are just too much to overcome for the Niners?
Yeah. Even before Brock Purdy was out, he was, came out that he was hurt, I had a feeling that he was going to be out. And I mean, all they have is Christian McCaffrey. And I mean, maybe Juwan Jennings, if he's back. I'm not sure if he's back from being hurt last week.
He's still hurt. I think he might still be injured. I don't know. I'd have to see.
But yeah, all you got is Christian McCaffrey. And if I'm the Saints, I'm loading up the box and don't let him get any screens or little, passes to the outside there.
It's always good policy to load up a box, as far as I go, as I understand there. By the way, speaking of which, Trent Williams, left tackle, obviously, and Juwan Jennings are both listed as questionable for the San Francisco 49ers. Oh wow, there's a couple of things here that might want to change our looks. Looking at some of the injury reports here, Evan Ingram for the Broncos is actually off of the injury report. He's going to be playing against the Colts. Cowboys cornerback Darren Bland out against the Giants. Jets Sauce Gardner, good to go. He's off the injury report. The Steelers, Joey Porter Jr., Deshaun Elliott, and Derek Harmon, all 3 are out for the Steelers in their game against the Seattle Seahawks. Eagles, tight end Dallas Goedert, who had such a good game on Thursday, out for their game against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a big loss there. Rams guard Steve Avila is doubtful. And the Patriots, are going to be without cornerback Christian Gonzalez and edge rusher Keon White. And yes, I did that thing that everybody hates. I said the Latino name in a Latino way. Gonzalez. I can just say Gonzalez. That's fine. I'm white. I understand that. I'm not going to think, I'm not fooling anybody into thinking I'm some kind of, swarthy Hispanic man. That's not happening. So don't know why I did that, but there we go. Now, again, we both have the Bills over the Jets. Again, boy, I was this close to picking the Jets because if the Jets play the way they did against the Steelers, this game is going to be a lot closer. Now, again, the game right now, as the picks go, is 97% on the Bills, only 3 on the Jets. Again, that might be people's biases. And again, if Josh Allen is going to do Josh Allen things, then clearly you're always going to think Josh Allen is going to win no matter what. But playing at the big HVAC unit there in the middle of the swamp, the Jets offense looking as good as it did, if their defense can fucking pick their game up there and just get a couple stops in there, like the Jets can absolutely win this game. I have no doubt. Again, it's going to be one of those games where I am not shocked at, and I don't think would be necessarily an upset in my mind. That being said, again, state of Missouri, show me this fucking shit before I can go ahead and pick it, and I think that's what it is. I want to see the Jets be able to do it before I start going in on it. So that's why I have the Bills.
Yeah.
But again, not shocked if the Jets win this game.
No, I'm the same way. It's just that, like, you're show me, and I'll start picking you. Well, the Bills have shown us for, 4 or 5 years now.
Well, this is what I mean. And
game.
we saw what happened last week. Again, though, if they how many times, like, if they find themselves in that same situation against the Jets, how many times are you going to ask Josh Allen to bail you out in the last 4 minutes? Like, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So the Bills have to avoid that situation. If the Jets keep it close,
It could be interesting.
it'll be interesting. Because, again, who saw that game that they had with Pittsburgh coming up? Who saw them scoring 32 points against that fucking defense? Not I, said the Duck.
I mean, I thought it was going to be like a 15-9 game. I
was like that. The under would be the easiest bet in the world on that game. Boy, again, what the fuck do we know? With week 1. Speaking of the Steelers going up against the Seahawks, we both have them defeating the Seattle Seahawks. Again, Seattle did not look great. Sam Darnold did not have his best game. Defense was iffy. Now, again, the Steelers' defense, when you have T.J. Watt only getting 1 pressure, and that's it. No sacks, no other disruptions, just that, like, that gives you a little bit of pause. Now, Pittsburgh is playing at home. That defense especially might be playing a little angry. But if Aaron Rodgers and that offense is going to do what they do against the Jets, who also have ostensibly a good defense, at least on paper anyway. Then to me, I don't think it matters what Sam Darnold does. The Steelers might blow them out. Again, if that offense continues to do what it does, if Aaron Rodgers keeps on channeling this MVP Rodgers from 3 seasons ago in his last season there with Green Bay or before that where he won 2 in a row, like a little bit more of that Rodgers magic, Steelers could be a problem. So me and Jimbo both have the Steelers there. Next game's coming up here. We both have the Rams over the Titans. Sorry about that, hamster. I know you got more things to worry about right now, but we both have the Rams over the Titans. Again, the Rams showed a lot of grit in their win over Houston. Again, I'm not big on Houston anyway, but I'll pick the Rams simply because of Puka Nakua's blood. Like he took a shot to the face and still came back, had a hell of a game. Rams look good. The Titans. Again, they gave Denver all they could handle. Denver did not play very well at all.
No.
So, and we can see already here on the picks here that me and Jimbo both have the Colts over the Broncos because, again, based on what we saw, and they're playing in Indianapolis. If the Broncos played poorly in Denver against a rookie quarterback and a team that was the worst team in the NFL last year, a league that had the Giants in it. And the Titans were worse than the Giants. You know how bad you got to be worse than the fucking Giants last year? The fact that the Giants were as bad as they were and they were only the third fucking pick? What do we call it? What? And Denver had a problem with that? That's a problem. That's a problem. And if I'm a Denver fan, I'd be a little worried, especially because everybody jumped on their dick very early on, and it's Denver, they're the dark horse. They're the ones that can go ahead and maybe take the AFC West from the Chiefs, and they're looking good. It's like, hold up, wait a minute. After week 1, maybe that's the Chargers. And again, we love overreacting after 1 week. That's what we do. That's what everybody does. That's half the fun of watching football.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how we. Now again, we both have the Rams over the Titans, and we both have the Cardinals over the Panthers. Again, maybe the Cardinals didn't have the best game last week against the Saints, and did not play their best football, but they did get a win. And honestly, looking at it, I think the Panthers might be worse than the Saints. Unfortunately, again, after 1 week, it's a 1 week look. The Jaguars fucking annihilated them. So we'll see. ELS in the chat. Great to see you, ELS. Our defending Friday forecast picks winner for the week of week 1 with his 15-1 record. So maybe pay attention to his picks there in the chat. We'll go over his picks when we get to the end of ours. And then, of course, yes, we both talked about the Colts over Broncos. So far, we've only differed on one game, and that was the San Francisco game. I wonder if we're going to differ on anything else. Hey, look at that. Just as we're talking about it, we have another different game. As, of course, I have picked the Kansas City Chiefs at home to kind of get back on track.
Of course you did.
And Jimbo has the Eagles. Now, here's the thing, though, and this is legitimate. The Eagles did not impress me on Thursday night. They did not play their best football. They struggled against the team that everybody had kind of written off. Everybody thought that game was going to be over by halftime. Everybody thought that game was going to be over by the weather delay. Everybody thought that game was going to be, and it wasn't. And as I've said on here several times, and you can sit there and shake your head and say, no. If CeeDee Lamb catches 2 of those 5 balls that he dropped, Cowboys probably win that game. Like that.
Probably.
That's the thing that we have to worry about. Now, again, in reality, the Eagles did win. Okay, congratulations.
Yeah.
Now, the Chiefs, on the other hand, boy, they just straight up did not look good. Offense was completely discombobulated. You had Travis Kelce dislocating fucking Xavier Worthy's shoulder. The passes were off. Mahomes didn't look great. They mounted a pretty good comeback there towards the end of the game. It seems like the offense started to get it, but just a little too late. So I'm not sure why that happened. The defense for the Chiefs, though, that's where I'm starting to worry, because you had Tranquil blowing up on Chris Jones. And to be fair, I think Tranquil was right. And so you have a little bit of dissension there in the defense. You have Chris Jones, who's maybe your best player and one of the best players in the NFL, but not having the respect of his own players on his own defense, and possibly himself, like I said, making mistakes, not playing his best. They really weren't able to get to Herbert. The Chargers' run game was all over the Chiefs. Like, the Chiefs have a lot to get right, as it were. And it sucks that you have to try to get right with the defending Super Bowl champions who handed you your ass just 7-8 months ago. It's a tall task. That being said, they're coming home. They were in Brazil as the away team, whatever. Again, maybe international games fuck with you. I don't know. The Chiefs play a lot of them, so I don't know if you can really use it as an excuse. But they get back home. They get a little home cooking. It's going to be 9 games between their games there. I think they can get right. And maybe the biggest reason why I'm picking the Chiefs, obviously, is because fuck the Eagles. And I think that might be one of the more important reasons that maybe a lot of people aren't discussing, is that Philadelphia's a shithole, fuck that city, and fuck the Eagles. But Jimbo, you obviously have gone on the other side here. You've picked the Eagles over the Chiefs. What are your thoughts? And again, here's the thing. We know why you picked the Eagles. You're an Eagles fan, you're going to pick the Eagles. And legitimately, the Eagles probably have a very good chance to win here. They have a 69% chance, or 69% of the people have picked them to win this game. Are you? So I'm not going to ask you like, well, what do you think they're going to do? Or when? My question you would be, are you worried at all? Is there a chance you think that the Eagles, like this game, could be close? Could they lose this game? Or are you feeling a little bit more confident? I mean, you're going to have Carter back in there if he doesn't fucking spit on anybody.
Yeah.
Having Goddard out, I think, hurts a little bit because he was really one of your best players there last Thursday, outside of that little son of a bitch who was catching a lot of balls too. I forget. Because your two main receivers didn't really do a lot.
Yeah. No, A.J. Brown didn't get nothing until 4 minutes left in the game.
So not having Goddard, that could be an issue when it comes to maybe being a safety valve there for Hurts, the mid-level quarterback that he is. So I guess that would just be my question. Are you going to this game feeling more comfortable, or is there a little bit more anxiety in this game than maybe you thought there might be?
I mean, as of right now, I'm like in the middle with Philly beating the Chiefs and the refs. Losing Goddard.
The Eagles have the fucking refs in their back pocket. I don't want to hear that shit.
The refs try to help the Chiefs get back into the I almost said San Diego game there.
They should.
But they should be. Losing Goddard, it is gonna hurt, but like it's not going to hurt as bad as say like 5 years ago. He's always hurt the past couple years. And Calcaterra, our backup.
Oh, Calcutta, yeah.
Last year, yeah. I think he's the heir apparent for the tight end one spot because this is the last year for Goddard in Philly. So talent wise, yeah, it's a little bit of a drop.
You're just going to throw him away like Zach Ertz, you dirty bastards.
I'll give that son of a bitch credit, man.
Zach Ertz is still out there. He was doing work yesterday I believe he was the top receiver there for Washington yesterday, stats wise. Boy, that Kraft motherfucker for Green Bay. By the way, first of all, still one of the best names. The fact that the guy associated with Cheeseheads, his last name is Kraft. But what a game he had yesterday! I think it was 116 yards receiving, touchdown, or he might have had two. I think he might have only been one. Either way. Monster game from Kraft yesterday. So again, big week for tight ends maybe, but it won't be Goddard. We'll see. So Jimbo again has the Eagles. I have the Chiefs. We both have the Vikings on Sunday Night Football over the Falcons. Again, sorry, hamster. Again, you have more things to worry about right now. But again, to me, it feels like that late second half, fourth quarter, a switch was turned on, and all of a sudden, J.J. McCarthy, like whatever was going on, like he got his first interception out of the way. He got all the he wasn't playing great, and then it was just like he got a little glitch, and was just like, all right. And next thing you know, slung, running into the end zone, getting it to J.J. Justin Jefferson there, like the J.J. to J.J. connection was fucking working. It looked great. And like I said, you even heard they had a sound clip of him on the sideline where he's next to Justin Jefferson. And he's like, "Hey man, don't give up on me." And Jefferson's like, "Hey, you don't even got to tell me, bro. I got you." And so they seem to have that camaraderie already. Everybody there they have patience with him. They have patience with this kid, and it paid off for him. And it feels like him coming back and leading the Vikings back in that game. What a shot of confidence. And now going into the game, they're going to be at home now. It's going to be his first home game. It's going to be loud. Going to skull. Everybody's going to do a skull chant. It's going to be a whole big fucking thing. Like I feel like I like Penix. I think he did very well in that game against the Buccaneers. Young Wei Koo kind of fucked him a little bit. And, you never like it when your Penix gets fucked. You like the Penix to do the fucking, and I know the Atlanta Falcons wish their Penix would do a little bit more fucking here, but I don't think that's going to happen up there in the Great White North of Minnesota, although it's still summertime, so whatever. Yeah, I think the Vikings get this one, and I think it's fairly easy.
Easy, yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah, and then we have the two Monday Nighters, which I fucking hate two Monday night games. But we finally have our third, so we're only different on 3 picks this week. You have the Texans thinking for a bounce-back game at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I Got to go with my boy. Got to go with Baker. And those beautiful Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why you got the Texans in this one, Jimbo? Still holding out to that 15-2 season there for you?
Yeah, I think originally I did have the Buccaneers, and then I was like, no, I really do think Houston's going to be good this year. Tampa Bay was okay last week against Atlanta. Like Atlanta, obviously, is not a
again,
shitty
it's a divisional game, and again,
Yeah,
Atlanta beat them twice last year.
But if they're a Super Bowl contender, a NFC Championship contender, you got to handle Atlanta. And I think this is going to be an upset. So that's why I think Houston.
I think a win is a win in the NFL. I think however you win, by hook or by crook, however you could do it, a win is a win. And the Buccaneers were able to do that against a very tough divisional opponent. The really the only one that's really given them fits over the last 4 years here is the Falcons. So the fact that, again, because you talk about last year, they lost both games to the Falcons and had to win the division outright by at least a game over the Falcons in order to win the division. They were able to do that. Now they've already started off with a victory in the division against the team that kind of fucks them over all the time. So I think that's a huge relief off their shoulders. Now they're on the road. Baker, for some reason, plays really good on the road. Like, the Buccaneers are very good on the road. I like the Buccaneers. I really do. I think they win this game, and I'm not going to call it a blowout, but I think they win. I think they win by kneel down. I'll say that. I don't think it's going to come to the end of the game. I really don't. And I think what might be the better Monday night game here, the Chargers, who should be in San Diego, but they're Los Angeles, are up against the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium there in beautiful Paradise, Nevada. Not in Las Vegas. It's in the unincorporated city of Paradise, which is actually where most of the Vegas Strip is. Did you know that? Like, most of the Vegas Strip and casinos are not in the city of Las Vegas. They're in Paradise, which is just outside of Las Vegas there, as is Allegiant Stadium. And I like pointing that out because everybody still likes fucking with the Giants and Jets for saying, oh, they're not New York, they're New Jersey. Well, none of you motherfuckers play in your city either, so shut the fuck up. But
Mine
yeah.
does.
We'll see. We'll see for how long until they knock down Lincoln Financial Field and end up building something in fucking Bucks County or something. Yeah. But yeah, we both have the Chargers here. Again, this is another game where the Raiders impressed me in New England. I know it's New England. I know everybody's going to be like, fucking New England sucks. They're still rebuilding. I get it. New coach, first game with Vrabel and everybody like that. I understand that. But the Raiders have that feel of a team that, yes, not great, but they have stability. The defense looks a little better now. Genty took a little while to get going, but looks okay. Geno Smith looked good. Brock Bowers, he might be hurt. Is he hurt? I'm not sure if he's hurt or not. But
yeah, I forget.
But like I said, they have enough pieces there to cause problems and cause fits. They're playing in Vegas. I think this is, again, you're talking about two divisional games right in a row here for the Chargers. Let's see how this one turns out. I think the Chargers win this one, but to me, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders can pull out an upset win here in this game, personally.
That's the only difference between me and you is I think Chargers win handily.
You think they're winning going away. Okay. And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the 88% of the people are picking the Chargers on this game as well, so I get it. I understand that. By the way, our reigning weekly champion, ELS, who's in the chat right now, his picks for week 2 go as follows. He's got the Bengals. He's got the Giants for... I don't know. The guy's 15-1. Maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one for this week for him. But he does have the Giants. He's got the Lions, Rams. He's got the Patriots, the 49ers, the very injured 49ers. Very injured. I'm going to sue him. Call him my lawyer. We got the Bills. We got the Steelers. He's got the Ravens. He's got the Broncos over Daniel Jones and the Colts. I hope he's wrong about that one. He's got the Cardinals. He's got the Eagles fly. He's got the Vikings. He's got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he finishes up there with the Chargers. Again, if you want to go pick against ELS, myself, Jimbo, Hamster, anybody else here in the STS community, you can go join our Discord. Go into the Friday Forecast Pick'em League channel there. Click on the link. Join us. You can join us. Or actually, I think, do I have it? Do I have it here? Is this one? No, that's Thomas. You can go vote for Thomas as well, though. Just scan that code there. Go to bit.ly Thomas vote and vote for my nephew. So I don't have that here. I thought I would have had that here. Anyway, so there we go. That is the Friday Forecast for this week. Will we be as successful as we were over 500 last week. You were 11-5. I was 10-6. I feel that's fairly good to start off with you. Usually week ones, not great. Not great for us. We are usually not very good in week ones. So the fact that we were over 500 at all is pretty good. ELS, though, obviously, he won the week with his 15-1 fucking week. God damn. That's good. The only way to beat that is to go ahead and undefeated. I don't know if anybody's going to do that this year. We'll see. It's quite a feat to do so. I'll let you know that. And if you do that, boy, I certainly hope you bet a parlay with it. But yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else. Let me check on the Twitter before we get out of here to see if I'm missing any particular news. And it doesn't appear so. It seems like just the latest news is that Brock Purdy is officially out and Mac Jones will start. For the Vikings, that's a big one. Van Ginkel is out. That's a huge one.
There's three of them that were out. Yeah.
Yes, he's amongst the three out there. Yeah, but that's a big one. Van Ginkel's the big one.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider in their game against the Falcons. I still think they win. I still think they'll be all right. But yeah, Van Ginkel is a huge part of that defense. So you don't want to see that. Oh, I didn't see this. This comes through Ian Rappaport, and apparently this is a reporter, Clarence Hill Jr. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said the Micah Parsons trade is evidence that Riverboat Gambler is back like he never left, and he has the stones to win or get thrown off the boat. He's been thrown off many times in the past, and he says he knows how to swim, and he's still swimming.
I saw that before.
Listen, I'm sorry. He's got me back. I love you, Jerry. I love you, Jerry. But listen, to be fair, the NFL would be a lot more boring without Jerry Jones. Can we all agree on that? Whether you think he's a good GM, bad GM, no matter what it is, the NFL would be a lot more boring place without Jerry Jones. ELS letting us know that J.J. McCarthy and fiance Katya Kurapas. You get a mail-order bride, JJ? What are you doing there? But J.J. McCarthy and his fiancée, Katya Kurapas, have welcomed baby Rome into the world. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was squeezed out of a vagina in one. And so now JJ, Sunday night, he's got a little baby Rome to play for. Oh, the killer's gonna come out, baby.
Incoming 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, baby. He's gonna be just flinging it. Pew, pew, pew. That's for baby Rome. That's for baby Rome. So congratulations, J.J. McCarthy, by the way. Congratulations on the baby. Certainly hope everything's okay. Hope mom and child are doing well. So best of luck there. And yeah, boy, sling it. Sling it out there. He already slang it in there. Sling it out there now. Especially against Penix. You know? He was slinging Penix in there. Now he's got to slay Penix in U.S. Bank Stadium. Jesus Christ. No wonder we have like 6 views all the time. Like, I get it now. I understand. I know why YouTube doesn't recommend us to anybody. I understand it. I get it. I have you muted. Graphics are all over the place. And we talk about slinging Penix. It's just, that's just, I understand it. I know why the algorithm is the way it is. But thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports on the Friday Forecast, as we're going to be here every Friday there, giving you our predictions of what we feel is going to happen in the week upcoming in the NFL. We thank you so much for joining us. The games we have coming up this week that we will be covering. Going to try to do the 3. I was only able to get through the 2 before my tooth started fucking murdering me, and I had to go get it pulled on fucking Tuesday. But we will be doing the Giants-Cowboys at 1. We will be doing Eagles. I don't know why I'm flipping everybody off here. We'll be doing the Eagles and Chiefs in the 4 o'clock window, and we will be doing, obviously, the Vikings and Big Slingin' Penix himself in the Atlanta Falcons on the late-night game. And then, of course, for Monday, ladies and gentlemen, get up cozy, put on some nice satin pajamas, light a couple of candles, and soothe yourself right in as we do a little late night Stay Tuned Sports. Starting at 10 p.m., we'll be covering the Chargers and the Raiders. So make sure you get ready for that. Jimbo, any final thoughts before we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, I just hope that Green Bay Packers burn those uniforms. They were the stupidest
Dude,
uniforms
I hate the all whites. The winter warning. No, it's here's the thing. If they had the gold stripe in the middle, maybe that's it. Like if they just did like a flip of the helmet, like it's a white helmet, but you have the green and gold, and maybe that works out better. Like I can understand it, but whatever. Like just the way that is, it's like just somebody sucked the color out of the uniform and just like it's like there's no point to it. It's bad. And listen, ELS understands it. He doesn't like it either. Not a lot of people liked it. It's just it's not. Yeah, ELS says the winter warning jerseys can be abandoned, especially when you have winter warning uniforms and it's still fucking summer. I don't get it. It's terrible. If you guys want to help us out, like, share, subscribe, especially if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, let you know whenever we go live. If you want to help us out more with the more donation-wise, giving us the money, which would be very nice, we have a donation station link, merch store link, Discord link, and, of course, a link to go vote for my nephew for Youth Athlete of the Year. All of those in the description below this video. Until Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then wherever else you are, Central, Pacific, Mountain, Atlantic, Central European. I have no idea. Remember we used to have people from Germany watching us? That was pretty cool. Yeah. We had a guy from Thailand who was watching us. That was pretty cool.
I remember that.
I don't want to judge what he was doing over there. I just know that he watched us. And that's, there's a no judgment zone here. Exactly. Just because he's out there with the femboys, like, whatever. Hey, listen, whatever floats your boat, man. Until then, I'm your boy King. That's your good friend Jimbo. This has been a Friday Forecast on Stay Tuned Sports. Everybody, you have a great rest of your Friday.